And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there. Slower than I'd like, but we are getting there. So hit subscribe, watch, keep the comments coming, and share with a friend because the stupidity, the insanity, the chaos, it's not stopping. Look, right now, as this is taking place, Trump is currently in Rome. He's there, of course, to attend Pope Francis's funeral. Now, as we have discussed, his comments on the Pope's death have been at best lackluster. His speech on Monday at the egg roll wasn't substantial. And then he posted on Truth Social that he was looking forward to the funeral. Odd wording, right? In it, he turns around and he writes, "Melania and I will be going to the funeral of Pope Francis in Rome. We look forward to being there." Really? Now, yesterday, on his way to Air Force One, Trump spoke with reporters and he kept the casual commentary and he asked which of the reporters were attending as if the funeral is some sort of a fucking gala at Mar-a-Lago. Play the clip.
So we're leaving and going to Rome, where we'll be attending the funeral of Pope Francis. Some of you are going to go. Anybody going? And it's going to be very interesting. We're going to meet with a lot of the foreign leaders they want to meet.
Wait, so you're going to a funeral? I mean, this is almost like one of the mob movies where people are sitting in there engaging in business deals and negotiation at a funeral of the Pope? Meanwhile, he goes on and he mentions the tariffs, saying that the deals are going well. Another lie. Play the clip.
Trade deals are going very well. I think Russia and Ukraine, I think they're coming along, we hope. Very fragile. And Iran, I think, is going very well. We'll see what happens. We're working on plenty of things that shouldn't be worked on because none of this stuff should have happened. This should have been taken place by Biden. It should have been fixed by Biden. But he couldn't do it, nor could he come close to doing. So anyway, we're going to Rome to pay our respects, and we'll be leaving that same day. We'll be coming back home tomorrow night. And I'll see some of you over there. Otherwise, I'll see you on television.
If you're not as flabbergasted by these comments and by this sort of blasé behavior, then I don't know what will get you motivated. Trump is then asked by the same reporters if he has talked to President Xi since China's statement came out yesterday, basically calling Trump a liar. What else can you possibly say? When Trump tells you that they're having multiple calls, things are going well, and they're speaking to them strongly, and then China's people come out and say, we haven't spoken to these people at all, and we're also not going to bend the knee. Play the clip.
You said you spoke with President Xi. Have you spoken to him since the tariffs? When did you last speak with him?
I don't want to comment on that, but I've spoken to him many times.
Yeah, of course you don't want to comment, because if you comment, you're going to get another response back from China calling you a liar, saying that that's not true. In fact, most of the stuff that you're talking about right now as it relates to this ridiculous tariff war, much of it is not true, as if by saying it, you're going to change the way things are. The fact that countries are now speaking to other countries in order to replace any goods that they were getting from America or to sell them goods that were generally coming to America because we, Americans, like cheap goods. Meanwhile, Trump then claims that he's getting along very well with Japan. Play that clip.
From Japan? From Japan, I'm getting along very well with Japan. We're very close to a deal.
Very, very close. How close? I don't know. Very. Meanwhile, Trump then goes on and says that he was resetting the table on tariffs. Now, I'm not even sure I understand what that means, but the market certainly responded to it. Play the clip.
news over your tariff plan. What do you think of those who voted for you?
I think the tariff plan is doing very well. We're resetting the table. We're going to make our country very rich, very, very rich. It's already happening. Thank you very much.
Okay, kind of a lightning round, huh, Dana?
Yep.
Yeah, look, if you haven't already felt the benefits of Trump's negotiation style and his negotiation prowess, well, I guess then you're like the rest of America, where you're somewhat dumbfounded, considering he's telling you how great things are, but they're not. And the reason that they're not is because he's the one that caused it. Now, look, as I've explained, Trump, he just lies like you breathe. He lies incessantly and constantly about the deals. And worse, while all of this crap is going on, in yet another grifter moment, Trump slaps on Trump 2028 hats on his website. Imagine this. This is the Trump store selling a Trump 2028, which is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional in that it would be a third term. And they're putting this out there. The question becomes, why? Why? By the way, the hat happens to be made in China. But they're putting out a hat which exemplifies his lack of appreciation, his complete disdain for the United States Constitution, for the rule of law, the fact that presidents are not permitted a third term. I mean, why do this? Even Eric Trump decides that he's got to get into the action, and he posts a photo of himself wearing the hat. Give that stupid grin, as if this is some sort of a fucking joke, as if making our democracy into an autocracy is something to smile and laugh about. It's not. You know, this morning, I was sitting with a buddy of mine. His name's Jeff. He's a lawyer. In fact, he was the lawyer that was with me at the time I was unconstitutionally remanded back to prison because I wouldn't waive my First Amendment constitutional right. And we started talking about the founders of the Constitution, the founders of our country. We talked about the document, the Constitution, and so on. What an amazing document that it is. And how growing up, because we went to junior high and high school together, been friends since we were 14 years old. And we're having this conversation, and the mistake that we all see now that the founding fathers made was that each branch of government is not equal. That this concept of the tripartite system, where it's each individual branch co-equal checks and balances, it's not true. And the reason it's not true is because only the executive branch actually has control of enforcement. Only they can actually enforce anything, as they control, for example, the National Guard, they control the military, they control the FBI, and so on. Other than that, when Trump goes ahead and he violates the jurisdiction of the judiciary or the legislative branch, he tells his people not to show up for depositions or subpoenas. He turns around and he ignores a court order. What's the enforcement? There is none. It's basically toothless. That's the saddest part, because we've never had a president who has decided that he is going to shit on the Constitution, that he's going to figure out a way, not how to adhere to the incredible document written 250 years ago that has survived, that has caused this great experiment called democracy to flourish, but rather to read between the lines, to figure out how to dismantle it, how to take total control over the government. This is what he's done. Think about the disrespect that he's shown various different judges. Think about the comments that he made about Tish James, our New York Attorney General, because she was prosecuting him. Think about the comments he made about Judge Engoron, the sitting judge in that civil case. This is not normal behavior. It's not normal behavior, and what makes it worse, right now, he's got his attorney general. Right now, he's got entire teams of lawyers trying to figure out, trying to work on exactly what that hat shows. Trump 2028. As I would like to say, God help us all on that, but together, as one big giant voice, a blue tsunami so big that no matter how anybody tries to interfere, they will not be able to. And with your help, this channel, this Michael Cohen show will be a part of it. And so please, again, subscribe, watch to the end, comment. I need your comments, and share this, not with one friend. I'm going for more now. 5 friends. Share this with 5 friends and tell them to subscribe. Be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the community. Because if you don't, what will ultimately happen? You too will be forced to wear a Trump 2028 hat. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.